이게 사실이세요? It's time. Time.
Ama smaken met u.
Time. Time. Time.
Ja,
Time. This is just the beginning. Hit our mouth.
So hi, yeah, Doctor Strange, that was good. Oh my god, that was actually very good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed Doctor Strange. It was a really cool movie. I went opening night, obviously. I came decked out in my clothing because reasons. Honestly, I feel like if you're going to go to an opening night event, that you really should dress up. I don't understand why people go to the cinema on opening night, especially of a superhero film, like dressed normally. Go all out, be weird. Okay, so if you haven't gotten a chance to go see Doctor Strange as yet, and you probably don't know who Doctor Strange is, let me tell you. Doctor Strange is the story of a man, a very worldly man, who is trying to overcome a personal tragedy. So he goes to like a remote location where he finds someone who is superior than himself, who eventually teaches him the ways in order to become basically a hero. So in essence, Batman. Really and truly, if you look at all comics long enough, after a while you'll start to see the 6 degrees of separation. It's that real. Here's the thing about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange managed to do nearly the impossible. What do I mean by nearly the impossible? When you're bringing something as obscure as Doctor Strange to the stage, or to the screen rather, there is the possibility that it could all go south. Doctor Strange did something really cool as well, in terms of it's one of the few comic book films that literally felt like a book to screen film. They opened up the comic book and just let it spread, and it was glorious. Now, when you're doing a comic book movie, there are certain things that may have existed in the comic books that you will change to suit your vision, or to suit the style of where the movie is, or to even suit like where society is right now. In fact, to be honest, the only acceptable manservant is Alfred Pennyworth. Here's the thing that you have with comic book films. You have an adaptation that is being made to film. You have a comic book that is being adapted to a film that may not necessarily have fit the mold that it was in the 60s, 70s. And perhaps it's really a testament to how far the technology has come. With Doctor Strange, we were actually able to get all that trippy, mad, like interdimensional portal vibe kind of scenario that goes on in the comic books. You were able to get that in the film. I wouldn't particularly recommend you take your 6-year-old to see it, but if they're 14, they should be fine. Benedict is Benedict. Benedict commits to every role that he has. Oh my gosh, Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton is like glorious. And I know that a lot of people had issues with Tilda Swinton being cast because, it brings up the whole idea of the whitewashing of Hollywood. But Tilda's portrayal of the Ancient One, it was good. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo, Master Mordo. There were a lot of masters in this film, masters of sorcery. You could see how he will eventually become a thorn in Strange's side. This is not a spoiler. In the comics and stuff, Baron Mordo is the foil for Doctor Strange. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to see more of Chiwetel as Mordor. And then there's Mads Mikkelsen. Hannibal, right? Hannibal was really good as the villain. I felt like they could have expanded a bit more with this villain. Marvel has a real issue with villains. Let's be honest. Like, I would have loved to have seen more from Caligulus Hannibal.
What's this, my mantra?
It's the Wi-Fi password. We're not savages.
The humor was a little more pronounced. Now, when you hire the creator of Rick and Morty to come in and do some rewrites to inject more humor into your film, I guess those kinds of things happen. Like, for example, there's a Beyonce joke. It was one of those moments where it was like, this is funny. I understand that this is a funny moment. And it did get the desired result. We all laughed and everything of the sort. But I just like, okay. The film kind of flew by a bit for me, like it's a 2-hour and something film. And when we came out of the cinema, my friend Stacy and I, when we came out of the cinema, it was like, dang, it's like about it now, so I thought it would have been a lot later. But the story is full. You don't feel like Fantastic Four. Like when Fantastic Four finished and you walked into the cinema, you was like, that's it. Definitely go and see Doctor Strange. Those visuals must not be watched on a 4x something screen. Don't do it. Go in the cinema, pay the money, and watch it. Be blown away by the visuals. And also dress up when you go to see Doctor Strange, because you know what? Why not? It's a fun film. It's an entertaining film. It's a whole film. You don't feel like if you're getting bits and pieces of it. The usual things with Marvel applies. You know, the villains are disposable. The humor is there. Maybe a little too much in this film, but it's not so much that it beats you over the head trying to be humorous or whatever. So yeah, that's Stephen Strange for you. Let me know how it was. Let me know what your thoughts were in terms of Doctor Strange. Was it for you a home run for Marvel? Do you wish it could have been on something else? Hit me up and let me know.